Welcome back to the 6th episode of the Star Wars Battlefront Clone Trooper Challenge. If you haven't already, please check out the first video in this series for the full background. As I'm sure you're all aware, the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection was announced recently, which has me incredibly excited to produce more OG Battlefront content. These games were a huge part of my childhood growing up, and it makes me very happy that people can connect with my videos in any way, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Before we jump into the challenge, I also wanted to briefly touch on why the time between uploads has been so erratic. For the past year or so, I've been working very hard on a LEGO Star Wars stop-motion film. This is my largest project to date, and incorporates many animation and special effect techniques that are very time-consuming and challenging. Now that I'm far enough into the project, here's a sneak peek of the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Yes, sir. We're good. Just a little shaken up.
We saw Sparta droids in training, Sarge, but nothing could have prepared us for that. There was too many. We lost Blaze, we lost Score, and...
Hold it together, Spark. Red 9 needs you to focus. Command was wiped out during the last bombardment. So I'm the CO.
Keep in mind, this is still a work in progress, so the color grading, sound, and special effects are not finalized in any way. If you're interested in seeing more about this project, let me know in the comments and I'll start to share updates on it more frequently. Also, there's been some interest in the mod maps I've been showing as background footage in the past few videos. I'm working on showcasing a few of these maps in future, so stay tuned. Okay, let's dive in. Kamino, as you all know, is where the cloning facilities used to create our beloved clone troopers are located. Since this stormy water planet is where the entirety of the cloning took place, it's unsurprising that the Confederacy would want to attack it and halt the production of more clone troopers. Depending on whether we look at Legends or canon timelines, there are two battles at Kamino. The Legends version of events sees Quinlan Voss, who is working undercover in a separatist spy ring, discovering the CIS battle plans for an invasion of Kamino. He relayed this information to the Jedi Council, who quickly dispatched a defense force. The force consisted of 2 starfighter squadrons, as well as a ground force to assist the clone security forces in defending the facilities. Additionally, the Alpha-class ARC troopers who were in suspended animation were activated to prevent the SEPs from sabotaging the production facilities. Among these ARC troopers was the famous Alpha-17, who would quickly become the favorite clone officer of the Jedi Generals. Even though the Separatists made it past the defending starfighter squadrons, Alpha-17 and the ground defense forces were able to repel all of the invading battle droids, and the Battle of Kamino was won by the Republic. The canon version of events is one I'm sure many of you are already familiar with, since it is part of the opening hour of Season 3 of the Clone Wars TV show. It follows a fairly similar chain of events, with the added bonus Visage Ventress infiltrating Typoka City, Separatist assault capsules disguised as debris, and our boys Echo and Fives helping to defend the clone cadets and getting promoted to ARC troopers. Since this game came out in 2004, we can safely assume that the Legends version of events is what this map is based off of. Due to the layout of the platforms, I immediately knew at the start of the challenge that I wanted to use a jet trooper for this map. The jetpack would allow me to travel between platforms at ease, and the wide open area would be perfect for using the EMP launcher and throwing multiple thermal detonators. This map has 7 total command posts. The Republic starts out with the cloning facility, which has 3 entrances that lead to the conference room that we see in Attack of the Clones. The CIS starts with Alpha 1, which is one of 3 command post platforms on the northern part of the map. The other 2 are named Alpha 2 and 3 respectively, and aren't very different in terms of structure. The southern part of the map is Beta 1, 2, and 3, which are all very similar to the Alpha command posts at the northern part. After playing through some different strategies, I noticed that the CIS would branch out from Alpha 1 and attack Alpha 3 and Beta 3, which are the closest CPs to their initial spawn point. The Republic troops tend to favor taking the Beta command posts over the Alpha ones, so I decided that my strategy would be to defend the 3 Beta platforms along with the cloning facility. As long as we could hold 4 out of the 7 command posts, we could bleed the CIS tickets and work our way to a solid victory. The jet trooper has a lower amount of health, just like the sharpshooter, so I knew I would have to be incredibly careful in more open areas, especially since there are so many blaster turrets on this map. Starting out, I immediately went down the west hallway, which would get me to Beta 3 as quickly as possible. It was a race between me and the inevitable droidica onslaught at this point.
Reinforcements are being depleted.
Luckily, there's an ammo droid at the edge of Beta 3, which allowed me to throw a constant stream of thermal detonators down onto the droids below. You could say I had the high ground for most of this battle. While I held off the droids going after the Beta platforms, our troops managed to capture Alpha 2, which forced the droids through the middle of the map. This pincer move worked surprisingly well. We also took the rest of the Beta command posts, so now we had 5 of the 7, and the droid tickets started to drop quickly.
Over there!
After defending Beta 3 for what seemed like ages, I was finally able to make it down to the lower platform and go after Alpha 1. At this point, we outnumbered the droids by a healthy 80 tickets, so victory was almost guaranteed. I just had to keep myself far away from any blaster turrets and wrist rockets. Somehow, the SEPs managed to take Alpha 3 from us, but we quickly took out the remaining droids and earned ourselves a solid victory.
Spread out. Enemy forces have captured a command post. We've captured a command post. Quiet.
While this wasn't the most exciting strategy, the clones managed to hold their own extremely well in this battle. Kamino is one of the few maps in this game where the CIS doesn't have an insane advantage like we saw in Geonosis, and it makes for a very fun and playable map overall. Next up in the challenge, we will be shipping off to the planet of Naboo, where the most evil Star Wars character of all time was born and raised. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like or comment and subscribing for more. If you're interested in how these videos or my stop motion content is made, please mention it below. I'm more than willing to answer any questions you might have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.